Um, my charger trying not to charge. I don't want anxiety. Alright, so fuck. Hold on, y'all. Alright, so boom. Before the video crash, I was talking about how the Bermuda Triangle actually has a Bermuda pyramid, and that's the connection points to the landmarks, which brings these energies. So how they show it on the map, how is this connected? You look at the Pangea map, you see how it once was, right? So with the Bermuda Triangle inside the Bermuda, that's the only way it makes that delta energy. Because delta means denoting new energy cycles, and the energy cycle still with 369. We're dealing with a current of energy, which is in the water now, because of that pyramid. A pyramid is not going to pop up out of the air unless it's in a different realm. So that being said, if the Bermuda Triangle fell in frequency, right? But it's still generating power because it's still grounded and it's still receiving UV. Now that the veil from the veil is being broken, the magnetosphere and the ozone layer ship, the UV rays is higher. So that means these beings that's even under like deep oceans, right? They're going to receive this heat still because it's attached to the four elements, right? The plasma is the fifth, and plus any other being is the fifth, right? So it's hitting the water. It's going to activate the Bermuda Triangle, just like these other uh triangles again activated. It's still the Bermuda is still active. It's just at a lower frequency. So as the UV hits the Bermuda Triangle is also going to rise because that's the headquarters, right? Just like Apple, right? Apple is at headquarters is at 22 degrees east, 0 degrees north, right? That's Apple's headquarters. But all over the world, they have these Wi-Fi towers, which is replicas of orgons, with the Bermuda being big orgon, right? Because it sits in the middle of the land masses that is connected to, right? But the land, right, will connect through the water, right? With that same energy. That's why they use water pressures for this 5G. They use water pressure meters. Water pressure meters to help generate electricity for this 5G. That's why they're building more towers, really where the water's at. So if you wonder where the water's at, 5G towers, right? So that means apartment complexes and all. That means wells can be built when water runs out. Got to think smart. Build wells. But at the end of the day, we have to raise our frequency because our plasma coming off actually destroys these clouds, which is carrying poison during the day, which is the time most of us is awake. With the sun and us, we can make these clouds disappear. So raise your frequency in the trinity that I said, physically, mentally, and with nature, right? That's metaphysics. It'll just keep your cells up without dying, right? They would never die. So the lie they say your cells die at nighttime, they would never die if you stay down to those three trinities. So boom, back to what I was saying. A circle represents pi. A circle is most of your modern day clocks, right? They got the 12 at the north, the 3 at the east, the 6 at the south, the the um the 9 at the west, and the energies, the long hand and the short hand represent longitude, latitude, or the directions is going in, which is also a part of delta, because delta represents the directions it proceeds in, right? Delta represents, let's see, delta triangle, right? Delta is a triangle. Delta means change. Uppercase delta is a triangle or a pyramid in math. Consider X, which means variables, stands for movement. So the triangle X means change in movement, which represents delta in the 9. So the equation really will be 9 triangle, 9 X pyramid, no, 9, 9 pyramid X B 2, right? So boom. And the triangle, right, which is delta, which is also the 4th alphabet, which stands for the 4 elements, not including plasma yet. The energy that sparks all of that is the 5th element, which is you and the sun and these stars. So boom. So 6, right? The triangle, the pyramid and the triangle used in chemistry means denote a change in energy levels. That's what delta means. Denote a new change in energy levels. So when they came out and was talking about delta variance, that's what they meant, denoting change in energy levels. So while that's doing that, that's mutating you because you're either losing cells or gaining cells. A loss of cell or a gain of cell is a mutation during cellular reproduction. Cellular subdivision. So one cell is duplicating into 3, or one cell is dying out by the 3, right? So if it was one cell to die, it would be equivalent to 3 cells dying. So boom, that's the ratio. Dealing with the variant, which is you and your cells, which is variant means change in one's DNA sequence for positive, negative, or nothing happens at all, which is also the Knights Templar secrets. They turn into cannibal sodomites or cannibal Edomites, whatever the fuck, or nothing changed, right? So going back to the circle, right? A 360 makes a full circle, right? So boom, right? 360 also represents the restart because the 3 and that 6 equals 9. That's the 369, making a full circle, right? But the 360 also makes a restart because every time it hits 0, it rests for like a restart, like how they say Jesus rests in 7 days type shit. Yeah, something like that. So boom, it's a restart. That's just the energy way. That's the way it cycles. That's the part of the cycle. So boom, with 36 adding 0, which represents 9, the 3 o'clock makes 90. So at 3 o'clock, that would be 90 degrees. That would also make a 90-degree triangle. But if you put the 9, the 0, and the 3 together, that would make an isosceles triangle. So that goes back to my presentation. To that picture presentation I was showing, right? So boom. So now we're starting off from the basic of it though. So from 0 to 12 to 3 o'clock, right? AM or PM, right? 6:30, 0, it would be, all right, so the 3 o'clock makes 90, and the 6 would be 180, and the 9 would be 270, and the 3, which stands for 12, for the transition of the four states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. So every time it's 12 p.m. and 12 a.m., that's what is pretty much going on during the time cycle. But the time cycle is broken down into seconds, minutes, hours, days, all of that. When you start from how much is in the day, or how much is in a week, how many seconds in the day, how many minutes is in the day, all of that in the day, it ties up to uh, the correlations of the pyramid and how it correlates with the earth and how it rotates on its axis, and also with the constellations of the stars, and also the energies on earth, and the different parallels, because that's what it was meant for, to connect for its realm. It's made for this realm and its parallels, so it's made for everything, right? Because that's nature. Any interference makes fuck ups in the cellular reproduction. And when you're nature, that's part of your nervous system. So your nervous system is its nervous system. And I'm talking to the neuromelanated beings who still might call themselves black. You're everything. You're omnipresent. So boom, back to what I was saying. With the 3, the 36, and the 360, which represents 9. Which is the restart. Alright, so 12 o'clock, that would be 0. The 3 o'clock makes it 90, the 6 o'clock will make it 180, and the 9 o'clock will make it 270. The next will be 12 for the transition of the four states of matter, solid, liquid, gas, and plasma, which restarts. Because, boom, one cycle makes a triangle above 6, right? When it hits the 6, right, it makes the second, like say it goes to that full 360 cycle, the next 360 cycle, it makes another triangle, but that triangle forms below, right? So when it comes to that third cycle, right, that's the 9, right? Because I'm saying, like, say it went to 3, 6, 9, 12, boom. 3, 6, 9, 12, boom. 3, 6, 9, 12, boom. That third time, that is the 3, 6, 9, because it has to happen in 3 to hit that 9. But it happens like that in so many different ways. This is just one way. So, boom. So, when it gets to that 9, all right, so say the next, all right, so the next 3 will be the 12, right? For the transition of four states of matter, solid, liquid, gas, and plasma, which it restarts. One cycle makes above, the pyramid above, right? The triangle energy, the delta energy above, right? The second cycle makes the triangle, the pyramid energy below, right? And then the 9 makes the 6-point star, the 2 triangles in a circle. That's 2 triangles in a circle, right? That's a 6-point star now. The 9 spaces equals the 9 land masses. 8 continents plus the Bermuda. Because the Bermuda Triangle, if it was to grow from this frequency, which it will, it grows like any other plant. So when it grows, it's going to rise its body with it. You feel me? Which is the landmass, because that's part of its energy. It harness energy from the land, and it harness energy from above. But it's still on landmass. That's what that earthquake is about, because it's going to make that rise. So when it rises, it's going to bring a delta. Sediments of water during the floodings is going to be gold and all types of shit everywhere. You feel me? It's going to be riches everywhere. But a lot of people might get hurt. So boom. That's why they're trying to stop it. But at the end of the day, it's nature. So when that would happen, the Bermuda Triangle and the land will actually come back and connect North America, South America, and Africa the way it used to be. which is still Eurasia, part of Europe too. But the thing is, we connect to these energies because these Wi-Fi towers are like organs that we created all over. And then we're about to make some more orgons. So really, they're 5G, 6G against this sun, and our orgons ain't got shit on us. That's why I fucks with, damn, I can't remember, Brother Wisdom. I can't remember his name. Fuck, that's crazy. Why the fuck I can't remember his name right now? Hold on. Cause I fucks with bro. I don't even think bro working with the boys. I don't even know why niggas even said that shit. Remedy H. Yeah. Got me hip to the organs, and it made me understand because I was understanding about delta and how it's a cycle, and the delta energy is the cycle they be talking about because the D stands for dimension, and the delta stands for capital D, right? And that's the fourth constellation, all that representing the four elements plus you to begin this cycle within you, but you have the gates to open higher realms. So depending on the UV or where you're at, that's why the playbook is the same playbook, but it's set up in different areas because it's higher energy in different areas like Africa, India, Europe, where they be even when they keep it cold at. That's why it's cold as fuck right there. But still, the cycle is going to hit the other areas just at a different time, right? So the US time for it to hit is 2023. A lot of other places already hit. The places they got the vaccine camps at and shit, those places already hit. Africa, they ain't really fucking with Africa because still they got the Africa last, remember, during the slave trade. They got the Africa last. So I'm saying, when this shit pops back up, it's going to pop back up, right? And it's going to connect. That's why when the X flare did hit 2012, it hit the Bermuda. So as it hit the Bermuda, it hit the US too, and it hit my ass too, because I saw some shit, like, with X-ray vision, just for a little bit. But like, yeah, that's where it came from. But now that the magnetic field is completely gone, it's about to be even stronger permanently. So while we're going through this delta energy cycle, is generating ourselves to be ready for it, right? But mentally, you have to get ready for it. You have to be conscious and aware of what's going to happen so you don't fall into frequency like you already did in another dimension, right? They try to keep you at your lowest frequency in every dimension so you don't transcend. Now they're going to try to put your energy into a motherfucking, they're going to try to put your soul, they say conscious, remember your subconscious, your 90%, they say it's junk. The junk that's in your DNA is just junk inside of it. That doesn't mean that it's junk. There's junk inside of it. That's why only 10% is working with the spirit, your conscious, right? And it's like you're battling yourself at this point. Your higher self is getting upset with you, while your lower self is making it manipulate you so you stay comfortable with the lower self of you, right? So boom, we have to transcend out of this cycle and understand this cycle because we are a part of this energy, and in order to control quantum energies, you have to understand the quantum energies. And we're gonna learn together. Just fuck with me, man. I ain't gonna lead you in the wrong way. Shit's facts. So you take that, my insight, mix it with your insight, and reflect it out. Peace. Love y'all.